Hi everyone, welcome back to my craft studio. I am Sandy if you're new, and today I am working on a journal cover, and I'm going to be using this beautiful retro fall fabric called Autumn Flare. Love that name. And I am going to make a single signature journal using this Cheerios box. So let's get started. I have the fabric cut pretty much to the right size. I'll have to do a little more trimming, but I need to trim the cereal box down a little bit more. I'm just going to trim off these 3 flaps right here. And I might be able to use my trimmer. Let's see. Keep it as straight as possible. I hope everyone is doing well. Let me know what you've been up to. So I've decided I'm gonna do the craft fair in December again. So I'm gonna be busy making journals for that. There we go, that looks good. And then you should save these scraps because you can make tags out of these. Trim them down some more. And I am going to put the fabric on the other side. I want to see how straight I cut this. Yeah, this is a little bit crooked. Let me see if I can square this up just a little bit. I have it trimmed down. It's about 11 1/4, and I think I'm going to trim this down to 9 inches. That is anywhere from 8 3/4 to 9 is typically what I will set my journal cover to be. Alright, I think I have this squared up, and it is 9 inches tall by about 11 1/4. And I want to score the middle of this. Yeah, it's right at 11 1/4. So then, let's see, 5 1/2 would be halfway to 11. And then I need to go 1/8. So I think I need about 1/8 of an inch. There we go. So that helped get it started. And then I want to come back this way. There we go. So I did about 5, let's see, 5 1/2, which would be 5 8/16. So it was 5 9/16 was the score that I did. And it is still off just a little bit. So I'm just going to trim this up. There we go. I just trimmed that little edge off. So that looks good. So we have about 5.5 by 9. Okay, I like it. I like it a lot. So like I said, I want to put the fabric on this side, and I am going to use my pinking shears around the edge. And what I'm going to do is leave a little bit of a border because I'm going to sew around the edges of this. So I'm not going to be folding the fabric over. Yeah, just like that. So I am going to put a little bit of glue down just to hold it in place, and then I'll come back and do the sewing. If you're worried about this, the, Cheerio box or whatever box showing through the fabric, what you can do is you could paint this white. So that's one thing that you can do. You can also, you can paint it white. You could cover it with white cardstock. You could cover it with like a muslin fabric before you put your pattern fabric on. So lots of different options. If your fabric is a little too thin, then it might show through. But this fabric, it's pretty dark, so I feel like I should be okay. And it's important to remember, if you have a patterned fabric, you want to make sure that you take the direction of the pattern in mind, and also where you might want the front of your journal, where on the fabric you would want the design to be the front of your journal. So a few things to keep in mind before you start gluing or cutting. And I am about out of Fabri-Tac glue. I'm going to have to order some more. And I got this little finger saver at the Dollar Tree, and I think it works great too. Smooth out the glue, and this helps from big clumps of the fabric from showing through, or the glue showing through the fabric. And I'm not going to put glue on the spine, and you probably would want to iron your fabric, but I'm not going to. Set that down. Perfect. Then I'm going to let this glue dry before I take it to the sewing machine. But what I'm going to do next is trim around the edges. Yeah, I'm excited about the craft fair. It's going to keep me busy for sure. Fold that. Yeah, see, that's going to be cute. So this will just be a fun little single signature journal. And I think I'm going to sew it actually first before I use my pinking shears around the edges. I have sewed around the edges the sewing machine. And so if you don't have a sewing machine, you can just just make sure you glue all the way up to the edge so that the fabric won't peel back. You could also do some hand stitching, and that can work as well. Or you could just cut the fabric a little bit bigger and then fold it over. So similar to like I did on this journal where I've just folded it over. And then I've taken my pinking shears and cut along 3 edges, and then I have this 4th edge here left to do. And I just line up right along the edge of the cardboard, and then just take my time. I don't want to get too close. I want to have just a little bit of the fabric to hang over, and any areas that need a little touching up, just go back and tweak those. Like that. There you go. And this fabric, darling. And I think this will make a great fall journal. And let me add some pick out some papers to put in here. And I need to figure out what I want to do for the inside cover. I have picked out some papers for the journal, and I'll just do a quick little flip through. I love this little collage right here on this paper. And then some vintage ledger paper. I like the yellow, kind of going with the fall theme. And then this is an envelope, or a little paper bag. And I love this color, this rust color. I think it goes well with the fabric. It's so pretty. And then here's some coffee dyed paper of mine. And I did some pattern on there. And then we have a Edith Holden page. I love these fall leaves. Cute little pumpkins. And this plaid is gorgeous. And I have coffee dyed doily, and then the spun leaf paper. I think it goes well with that. And then I did pockets for the center of the signature. And the next thing I need to decide is if I'm going to sew this in or do elastic. And I made this side of the paper bag a little bit bigger. And then I need to decide what I want to do on here. But thank you all so much for watching. And I'll do another video once I've finished everything up, do kind of a final flip through. Thinking about doing some stenciling on this and adding some pockets. All right, well, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.